everybody, and I hope you're going to have a great holiday season. And here at SciWorx, we've had a great holiday so far because I finally monetized the channel. Yes, the money will be flowing in. I'm going to have nickels pouring from the sky any day now. Big nickels. Maybe some pennies thrown in. Unless they outlaw pennies. Anyway, when it was all over with, time all the approvals was done. I mean, as soon as that thing hit like just a little bit above 1,000 subscribers, I went and hit the big button because I didn't want to do it at exactly 1,000. Because what if what if somebody just, oh, I no longer want to follow him, and then I'm boom back down to $9.99. So I waited till 1,050. Then I started going through the process, and there's a ton of videos on how all that works. But for me, when all the dust had settled, my total subscribers was at 1,082, and my total watch time hours was 6,100. 6,100. And I am eternally grateful to all of my subscribers. Guys, you know, without you, this channel would still be slogging along at 3 followers. Me, my girlfriend, and mom. And mom, by the way, thank you very much for following me. And big highlight. And you've seen my girlfriend. She's always somewhere in the background running around. You know, usually at the tail end of the videos, you know, or just sticking her tongue out on camera. That's her! And thank you for following me, too. I'm going to give you a few secrets of how I got it done in 6 months and 19 days. And if I'd known these tips 6 months and 19 days ago, the trials and tribulations I went through to get all this done would have been much less. So I thought the big thing I was going to face, the big problem was going to be the watch hours. I thought the watch hours were going to be problematic because 4,000 watch hours and producing 5-10 minute videos, and well, I mean, you know, that's a big hill to climb. And I thought, well, 1,000 subscribers, that shouldn't be any problem. Well, it was the exact opposite for me. I hit 4,000 watch hours right around the 400, 500 subscriber mark. And around that time, I changed some strategies because there was some information I had that was absolutely wrong. It was absolutely false. It was horrifically incorrect. And I'm here to tell you how I did it and to maybe adjust your perception on how the monetization works, especially with Google Ads. Let's discuss the 4,000 hour mark. Now, you know, it's a science channel, and one thing I did a lot, you know, and my girlfriend would do a lot is, you know, we turn on, you know, some long form streaming, just nature sounds, you know, have calming around the house during the COVID season. And I noticed we just turn it on and leave it for 6 straight hours. And then YouTube, about the 6 hour mark, would ask us, are you still watching? We click yes, and we continue on with the rest of the 4 or 6 hours of video left. And so I went out into the desert and went out to some marshes, set it up at a marsh and just watched birds. I first pitched it as a wildlife video cam. You know, you see all the birds floating around, and it's long. It's the longest one I've got. It's 6 hours. And there's a lot of problems of getting it to save to export from Adobe Premiere, and it was a long video to upload, and it was a long video for it to process over into HD and to 4K, but I got it done. People would watch that. You know, they just turn it on and they would just watch it, and I would watch mine personally on my personal, not my business, not the SciWorx channel, my personal channel. You know, I just turned it on for myself because I love the bird sounds. I'm a bird watcher, so, you know, what do you expect? And so I did a couple more of those, and then I just downloaded some music, some meditative music from the YouTube audio library, and then I turned those wildlife cam videos into meditation videos, and then I started doing them with petroglyphs. And originally, you know, advertised them as ASMR, and there was a big ASMR push back about 6 months ago, and that really, it took off, and then the ASMR kind of faded away. And so then I changed it up to CE5 or Close Encounter 5, because that's another trend emerging now for people to use meditation techniques to have some semblance of contact with aliens. YouTube picked up on one of my meditation videos and ran with it. They started recommending it. Before I knew what was going on, I was at 3,500 hours within like a day or two. I mean, I went from like 100 viewing hours to over 3,000 in next to no time. And I said, so, okay. So, and that was with the first meditation video I did. Wetlands meditation. I said, well, I'll do a couple more, and I'll promote them over in Facebook. They just start taking off, and people will just, you don't need a lot of views if the view time is 6 hours at a clip. And that's essentially how I got to the 4,000 mark. But then subscribers, that was an issue. Still at 500 when I still only had like 500, 450, 500 subscribers when I hit the 4,000 view mark. I was just struggling. I was just making more videos, upload them, promote them, make a new video, upload it, promote them, etc., etc. And I was still making progress, but man, it was slow and painful. Then my cousin over at the Helpful Living channel, he told me about, Sprizzy. Sprizzy is a platform. It makes it easy to go through, make ads for YouTube videos. So, and I got a coupon, so I tried it out, and I got really quickly, about 50 new subscribers, which used to be like pulling teeth. But it wasn't like that with Sprizzy. And I started doing some more research into Sprizzy and ran across some more videos. Says, Sprizzy makes it real easy, but it's a lot cheaper if you just use Google AdSense. And one thing I didn't notice was that in my YouTube studio, in the video section, the content section, there's those three little dots. And if you look at those three little dots up beside each video, then you have promote. So I clicked on that, and it makes it even easier than Sprizzy. So I spent $10, a tenth of what I was spending at Sprizzy. And even with the coupon codes and everything, and I got a lot more subscribers. I got I got the same amount of subscribers, but I spent 1/10 the price. As you may already know, if you've been doing researching on how to up your subscribers and the views and all like that, people not living in the United States, their cost per click is a lot lower than the United States is. So the first step I wanted to do was just get subscribers. So I just focused on the countries where it was less expensive. And then I got, there's this coupon you can get through YouTube that, if you spend $150, they give you $150 for free for advertising. And I did that on some of my more popular videos, and, they went from like 600 to 17,616 on my latest petroglyph video. I was worried that, if I'm buying AdWords, if I'm buying clicks, but I'm using the YouTube system, I'm not going to some shady guy that's trying to sell me 100 subscribers for $100 or something. I know that was bad and is against it in terms of service, and I didn't want to go down that route because it's like these people that's trying sub for sub. They'll subscribe to you and then they'll dump off. Then they exit your platform. They exit your channel. So the time that you spend with trying to hassle with the video promotion or the sub for sub and all that crazy stuff that will ding you when it comes to monetization, you can make another video. And then I got this nice warm message from YouTube saying, oh, look how much more traffic you're getting through, supporting your channel through Google AdWords or advertising on YouTube. And so I continued to do that quickly. Within just a couple weeks, I went from 500 to over 1,082. I went through the monetization thing, and when I got to, have that human person, the last step, the review, to go look at my channel, I said, well, God, I almost had a panic attack. I was just so worried about, well, did I screw something up? Was it advertising my channel before I got monetized? Was that going to ding me? Some of my UFO videos, I can't advertise them because they were not appropriate to advertise according to YouTube. And I said, well, so I just stuck with the petroglyphs mostly. It just took overnight for the monetization to go through. I clicked on it last night to start that process, and it was done by this morning. So you can use Google Ads. Just hit that, in your studio, go to, now it's called content. It was videos last week. Click on content. By each video, you see those three little dots. Click on the one that says promote. And then it's easy peasy. You just go through and, write your description. You choose the countries. You pick the language. If you want to boil it down to a specific demographic, you can. And that's what I did. And I particularly focused on the countries that are the least expensive to advertising, because YouTube doesn't care where you get your subscribers as long as they're real subscribers. And if they're subscribing through the mechanism that, viewing ads that you are buying, they're cool with it. They're absolutely great with it. And actually, because maybe because I was actually spending money to promote my channel through YouTube, maybe my monetization process was easier. I don't know. But it sure was fast. I clicked the button, woke up the next morning, boom, it's done. That's how I surpassed 4,000 view hours and 1,000 subscribers. The view hours, I made long meditation videos that centered around my science theme. More or less just ran really, really, really dirt cheap penny per click ads on just YouTube, just promoting my thumbnail and my movies, and it was over within no time. But you still have to have good content. You just can't put schlep up there and expect to get subscribers. You have to have good content. So still, you have to have good content. You can't escape that. You just got to have it. Then, once you get about 20 videos in, start advertising. Now my strategy has to change. Now I have to go from just subs from anywhere to I've got to get an American audience. I've really got to build that American audience, because advertising in America pays the most in terms of CPM. I still don't know what my CPM rate's going to be. Who knows? Hopefully it's high, because science and DIY and, how-tos, those are kind of pay the most. So hopefully that is to my advantage, but to get those dollars, I have to have an American audience. And now I've got to start focusing on building that American audience and American viewership. So I think the ad dollars I'm going to be using is to just spend in the United States, nowhere else. Well, I'm sorry, Canada, you've been voted off the island. So I just have to focus on the American audience now to get the CPM dollars rolling in. My videos will still show up in general search for everybody else, but I have to spend the money where it's going to do the channel the most good. So I'm going to be focusing on the American audience specifically, and I'll also use the Google Analytics I got from these past ad campaigns to see what my demographic, the most viewed demographic is. And right now I think it's 25 to 34, and it's almost split equal male female. I think it's like, it's 55-45. It's a really good gender balance. I was surprised at that. So we'll focus on that the most. Just find out where the juiciest juicy spot of American audience is, and just that's where I spend the ad dollars. It'll go the farthest. It'll have the most impact, because you just got to really learn how to fine tune where your money's going. But initially, to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 view hours, you get the subscribers from wherever they are, as long as they're legitimate. None of this sub for sub banana crazy stuff, or hiring somebody that's going to I'll get you 100 subscribers for $100. Man, for $100 of Google AdWords, you can probably get 400 if you do it right, and your thumbnail's groovy and you got good content. To get the money spent to get to 1,000 subscribers, let's say you started off at 0, is going to be dirt cheap and save you so much anxiety in the long run. So that's how I did it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it, and don't have my anxiety, don't have the panic attack. just because you spent money on YouTube for ads. It works, and it appears to be okay. You know, you don't have to wait to get monetized to start advertising and promoting your channel. You know, I couldn't find a specific no-no where advertising your pre-monetized channel was verboten, but it's not. So go for it. Go for it. Take your Christmas money. Splurge on some YouTube ads. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I've got a couple of other YouTube channels. I've got Cybertruck Vectors. That's all about the Tesla Cybertruck. And of course, I've got SciWorx Lab Notes, which is kind of a science vloggy kind of thing. I mean, it's not really hardcore science. I'm not doing stuff out in the woods or out in the desert. And then there's, of course, SciWorx, which is the channel that just got monetized. And that's just the science channel. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing on the channel, please subscribe. Subscribe to all three. And a shout out to everybody over on my Patreon page. Thank you so much. Without your support, none of this would be possible. Trust me. And until next time, I'll be your lab partner. Take care. Bye-bye.